there we go. I was completely missing when number 5 was. However. Oh, there we go. Going back into my bit heavy. Oh, dude's got a good voice on him, man. Reminds me of Devin Townsend a little bit. Whoa, that was gorgeous. Damn, man. That's crazy. So yeah, obviously the song called Death is not the end. Free your mind from your pain, death is not the end. Like, yeah, free your mind from your own pain, from your own struggles. That's hard to do though. Especially if you're struggling with pain on the daily, man. It's totally like a hard thing to do. The wounds in my mind, the raging train left me behind. Blood is all I see. War's imminent brutality. Like, yeah, as in if you're within war, either internally, externally, actually at war, whichever way, man. If blood is all you can see, then it's all you can ever see, man, because that redness, that crimsonness, it stains you a little bit, or completely, should I say. Lost in darkness, worlds intertwined, reality seems out of sight, blood is all I can see, a war's sycophant catastrophe. Like somebody obsessed with it, and it turning into a catastrophe. Pain, lost in sadness, dying from the madness, and yeah, man, let's keep going. Like, you're getting the idea, right? Definitely about, like, suffering through a lot of bad stuff, man. Oh, that's cool, man. I'm gonna pause it right there, man. Before that epicness starts. That's gonna be crazy, man. Just from how that sounds. And yeah, man. So where do we get to? Let's see. Right here. Breathe through my final breath. Fear of a never-ending trail of tears. Death is not the end. Blood is all over your hands. This guilt preserves the pain, and I can't make amends. Take that final breath, for this death is not the end. So it's all about, yes, you are going to die. Yes, you're either going to die in war because somebody killed you, whichever way, but there's another place for you to go. There's a new place for you to go, man. It doesn't have to be heaven. It's the next world, the next life, whichever way, man. Like, I've always said, like energy, which is what makes us, like, live, right? We're all energy. We're all creating energy constantly in order for our heart to beat, for our brains to function. And what causes that? What causes that energy to keep going? That's the thing, is that what some would call a soul? Is that something else? But that's what they mean, like, because that will never die. Yes, the flesh may go, but maybe, just maybe, there's something better, something more, something that our frail eyes cannot see just yet. And that's the thought-provoking thing, isn't it? Like, what happens when we do? What happens when we do just go? Like, are we just gonna cease, or is our energy going to dissipate and transform itself into something different? That's always the plan, or that's always the goal, man, just to see what happens. And yeah, dig deep within. The chains of fear are weakening. Pain, that's the key to rise above the suffering. Yeah, like, if you fear, you suffer. Generally, what you fear, it rags on you, it drags you down with it. And then, yeah, pain, lust, and the madness climb out of the darkness. Breathe through my final breath. Fear of a never-ending trail of tears. Death is not the end. The blood all over your hands. Guilt preserves the pain and the catch up. Mortal death is near. Yeah, being mortal death is near, but would you consider our energy to be mortal? That's the question. Like, do you believe that this is it? Do you believe there's other things? Do you believe our energy will continue? That's the whole vibe of the song, right? So. Oh, there we go. Let's go. Boy, this is cool, man. It sounds so awesome up there. Oh man, Simone's voice, man. Boy, chills. Just chills, man. That was perfect. That was a perfect place for her to come in. Obviously. So I have to lock up and say, I know Epica too well by now. Damn, man. Craziness, right? You gotta love it. But yeah, like I was saying, like, in Epica's eyes, in my eyes, like, I don't see death being the end of it, right? I see it as the beginning. Like, this is just a stepping stone. This is just a vacation from everything else, man. For all we know, we have this body so that we can dull our senses, so that we can experience like a 3D reality rather than a 6D reality, because in actuality we could be beings or energy which sees things a lot more clearer, because obviously we know, like, our eyes don't see much. We think we see a lot, but compared to the spectrum of what's out there, we don't see anything. There's so much invisible to our eyes that it has to make sense, because why else would we be so dull to it? Like, I know evolution and that type of stuff too, but you get the idea, right? Like, I don't even really need like to go with it over. This is just like, and then the only bit that I do think is really important to this is like where it's like you let your guilt eat away at you for so many years, but you're finally free. You're finally free to let that go, to move on to a new life, to be free finally, to not have to deal with it, to not worry anymore. This is the end for you. This is the end for everything, and Move on to your next life. Move on to something happier. Be happy for once and embrace everything. But for me, the only bit I would change is be happy regardless. It doesn't matter. Like, eventually we all die. Does it really matter how we get there? As long as we have a blast doing it. That's all that matters at the end of the day, man. And yeah, either way. Boy, this album is so technical, so deep. Like, it really drains me. Like, having to do, like doing it all in, like, one massive round. Like, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot for my brain to process as well. So, yeah, man. I'm enjoying it, though. It's very, very good. Like, it's so different for each song, so it's, like, my mind having to, like, go between so many different things, and you get the idea, but still. 2 more to go. Let's go, man.